After doing network, this is not question, I guess, because it's some kind of testimony. After doing network marketing 6.5 years, I'm really impressed to understand that my big mistake and misunderstanding was to make step 3 before step 2 in Don's system. Why? So far, I have always had to hear from the person I want to sponsor that they first have to try the products first themselves before they recommend them to others. Now I know first read or hear chapter 1 to 5, and after they understand and agree with them, I am sure that step 3 is absolutely no problem, and sponsoring will be much more easier. Thank you.
Well, see, first of all, if you if you go out and sample your products to people, you'll never build a business, okay? Because obviously they think that's what they're going to have to do. It'll never happen, ever. And then also, when you do that, they got to wait to have an experience with the product. It's not going to work, okay? See, this is a good segue into telling you something really important here. People say to me, well, Don, how do you move? How does your products move? Okay. Well, it's really quite simple. People want to own their life, okay, have time, money, and health. Okay, we go through the 3 steps. We're going to the vehicle. We're ready to sign up. We have a conversation with them about overhead. See, traditional businesses, everybody knows what overhead is. You got to put up a building. You got employees, payroll, products, inventory, long hours. That's overhead, folks. In network marketing, your basic overhead is you have to make a purchase of your company's products each month to get paid. And, we don't get into talking about the different companies, but they're all different, okay? So anyway, we let them know about that. And that, you're going to help them pick out, some products that they can be able to cover their overhead. Now, if your company has 50 products or 100 products, God, if you tell them about all the products, you're done. Not necessary, okay? Just tell them about enough that would get them to cover their overhead. So I get a person started with a product, okay, or 2 products. And what'll happen, folks, remember, I'm talking to people who've never been in a health food store, never taken a health product in their life, but now they're starting to take a health product, okay? They're buying the health product not because they want the health products, they're buying it because they want to cover their overhead so they can own their life. Now, anybody that's never taken a health product before, after a week to 10 days, you're on a health product here, they come to you and say, Don, I don't know what's in that product, but I haven't felt this good in years. I haven't been regular like this in years. They're totally excited about the product. Most companies have what they call an auto ship. So you get your product shipped the same time each month. Well, let's say the person did not sign up for the auto ship. And let's say they forgot to order the product and they ran out of the product and they're out of it for maybe 4 days to a week, whatever, okay? The experience they have when they run out of it is greater than when they went on it. That's why I've got people that started with me 25 years ago, and they're not building a business. We didn't know what we know now back then, but they order the products every month, okay? Now, this is gonna be really exciting for you. See, most companies will have a catalog they send out with their products. And if they don't, they have all of them on the internet, right? So until that person had an experience with the product, they wouldn't give it the time of day to look at your catalog or at the products on the internet. But once they have the experience, now they start looking at the products and they start picking out different things. Say, gee, I want to try this. I want to try that. I want to try that thing. So before you know it, they're ordering 3, 4, 5, 6 products each month from you. So that's how you move the product. But I want you to know that they are selling themselves the product, okay? You never have to sell them anything other than the idea of owning their life. That's it.
Kerstin added also, I'm right now in process with my 4 active partners, explaining them the new system. They read the chapter 1 to 5 and 150% on fire to do it. How can be it possible? Because always people complain that working with people in their downline with that they have, you know, all the time in their mind says it's very difficult to change their approach to lifestyle. Is it possible?
Well, they got to change it. Just make it real simple. You don't change it, you'll never make it, period. See, another thing too, that they'll find this interesting. You know, I live in San Diego area, you know, and over 1 million of my distributors are in Europe. And people ask me, well, how do I motivate my organization so far away? I say, I don't. I taught them how to motivate themselves. Okay, there's 2 ways you do that. I have a publisher in Australia that told me he read my book 10 times. Every time he read it, he said he learned something new. There's things in the book that will motivate you. Wait till you read the new upgraded book, like Jeff, who's been working on the doing the upgrading and so forth. The first chapter in the new edition of the book, anybody that reads the first chapter, they're going to finish the book. I mean, there's some unbelievable. Okay. Now, the thing that will motivate you more than anything, it's one word, folks, duplication. Now, how does that motivate you? Okay. Let's say that you're like 3, 4, 5 levels deep. You're sound asleep at night. You get up in the morning and you look at your computer and you see that while you were sleeping, someone in your downline sponsored a new person. While you're sleeping, you are excited, folks. Okay. You are motivated. Now, when I wake up in the morning, not counting weekends, I'm averaging well over 500 new distributors a day. Am I excited? Am I motivated? You bet. It didn't start with 500. It started with 1. And all of a sudden you're getting maybe 1 a week from different people in the downline. And all of a sudden it gets to 2 a week and 3 a week. I mean, I worked my business, the company I'm with, only for 5 years to start with. And Nancy and I took off for 10 years traveling the world, doing seminars all over the world and setting up our publishers and all that. I never talked to the company once in 10 years. They never called me once in 10 years. Never missed getting a check. But back while I was gone, total out of touch with everybody, I was averaging 3,500 people a month coming into the business because I taught the people how to duplicate. Okay, now it's upwards around 18,000 a month. Going back to one word, folks, duplication. Take the word sales out of your vocabulary. You don't need it. Okay. It's not going to help you at all, period.
Next question here. How can one get the lifestyle card, cap and pins, and what do they cost?
Well, let me give you a website. Go to www.45, the number 45 second, SECOND.com, 45second.com. When the homepage opens, you will see at the top Nancy and Don. Scroll down, it goes down about 4 levels deep, and it will say local publishers. Okay. Then you can look through the local publishers. It's in alphabetical order, all the different languages, publishers around the world. You want to look in Chinese, Japanese, Russian, it doesn't matter. We got over, most of the major languages there. So anyway, the one I'm going to recommend is for the pen. Go to the Italian publisher, Giancarlo. I'll show you here. You might be able to see this. Comes in a little box. Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Raise your hand. Okay. Okay, and I mean, I wouldn't contact the guy and buy one pen. Okay, it'll cost you more to get it than the pen. You know, just check with your people, put a little quantity together, and so forth. But you have to write to these people and let them know that no way I can keep track of how much people are selling the books for. I mean, you want to get the best deal on my book, go to India, you can buy it for $3.50. It's different all over the world. But we're going to have it on the app. Just remember that. The best deal is going to be from the app. We'll have everything discounted for people that are on the app.
Yes. Kirsten, successfully results are the most motivation. Till the end of this year, I'm sure to get my first results. Thanks, Don and Adriana. Looking forward to the app. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the testimony, folks.
Kirsten,
we had a testimony. Gosh, it goes back almost a month now, where this woman said after being on her training one time, the following week she sponsored 2 people, and each one of them sponsored 1. Okay. So you don't have to wait, you know, days, weeks, and months for someone to sponsor someone, because people, you know, when they see all those products, they think right away they got to learn about all those products before they can even talk to anybody. Crazy.
I just wonder, Kirsten, did your people ever heard about Don's system, or you present them it first time?
I present them the first time. They never heard about that, but I was surprised. 2 of them know the book, and 2 of them have the book, and they read it, but they don't understand it. So when I start talking about, listen, guys, we need to understand the book. On the other side, they start to understand, wow, okay, we read it, but we don't understand it. So I explained them this week and the last week we are talking about, and they're really on fire. Believe me, they're really on fire to get that we can start and bring the results.
Well, let me tell you guys something. On a scale of 0 to 10, let's say the original book was like a 5 or a 6. Okay, the new book's going to be like a 12. Okay, and when people read that, they're going to understand totally, no question about it. In fact, you know, we talk about how when people read my book here several times, it's like you have your degree in network marketing, your college degree. And then when you get the app and you learn everything on the app, okay, it's like now you have your master's degree in network marketing. And when you put into practice what you've learned, and in 2 to 5 years, you own your life and time, money, and health with a PhD in network marketing. Well, folks, with the new edition of the book, you read that book 3 times, you've got your PhD. And that's how powerful that book's going to be. We're going to revolutionize the whole industry. We already have about 10 companies that are using the old app, you know, as a product for their company. And once the new app comes out and the word starts spreading around, and I always kind of joke about this, but, you know, I tell, when I get to meet an owner of a network marketing company, you know, I simply say to them, how would you like me to save you $100,000 today? What are they going to say? Well, you bet. How do you do that? It's real simple. Just fire your sales manager. Okay? You don't need him. Not only you don't need him, he's killing your company. You keep him around, you're not going to be around. Okay?
I just have an idea. Maybe everybody, one by one, could unmute themselves and say only just one sentence that they just today learned from you. What about you? What do you think about this?
You call out the names and then they'll do it.
Okay, so maybe start with Kerstin. What do you remember from that presentation? What is the most important sentence for you?
Yeah, it's a repetition. It's nothing new. It's the repetition again and again. It's always the same. So it's easy for me to hear it again and to get me much more safety. Okay, that's it. I hope you understand it. That's it. It's easy. It's logical and it's the repetition. Always the repetition. Okay, it gets deeper and deeper in myself.
Okay, thank you. Matt, what is your sentence?
The same repetition and learn more and more every time we listen on that.
Okay, thank you. Jim Williamson, what is your sentence?
For me, how duplicatable it is. I actually have somebody that I just sponsored that's on the broadcast right now or the Zoom, and that's Gulfam Paul, and he's in Pakistan. And as you know, or you may not know, Pakistan has received devastating floods. Cities, towns, everything's just washed out. So I'm hoping this will be a great opportunity for him to kind of bring in some money to his family.
Okay, thank you. Maybe Paul, are you able to share what is for you so interesting here? Paul Golfman from Pakistan. Can you please share? What do you remember from that presentation today? Oh, we don't hear you. Unmute yourself.
You're muted.
Oh, we don't hear you. Okay, try to unmute yourself and then we will go back to you. William, can you please share with your sentence? William disappeared. Oh, here it is.
It was the wrong button. I'm here now. I've got two things. One was that you've got to get sales out of your vocabulary, and this is something that you need to share with people, because it doesn't matter if people don't think they're selling, if they don't understand duplication, and that's all it is. What you're doing is you're selling. So I got that, and the other thing I got was when Don was speaking about the publisher that read the book 10 times. I think in the same way, being on the call is exactly the same, but it's richer. It's even richer because you hear from Don or you hear from Jeff, but then you hear in this session the interaction and the enthusiasm, and it's very, very infectious, and it's a form of motivation.
Thank you. Ed, please, could you please share? Ed Gathman.
Yes, I actually what I'm having a problem right now is transitioning or telling my mind that I'm not supposed to be selling. Mm-hmm. And it seems so easy and it's too good to be true, because all my life I've been selling and I've always wanted to do something that I didn't have to sell. And here it is right on my lap, and I can't believe that I've really found something that I really would be happy about. So anyway, thank you so much for the patience that you folks have in explaining this over and over again. You know, just have to get rid of my salesman mentality. Thank you.
And what country are you in?
Excuse me?
What country?
I can hear you. Say that again, Don.
What country do you live in?
I live on Maui.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Your second country, Don.
You know the toughest country in the world to build a business in network marketing is Mexico. You know why? Their whole culture is sales. Okay, if you've ever been to the World's Fair in New York and you look at the Mexican pavilion, the whole thing inside is featuring sales, sales, sales. In fact, I've been on 92 cruises, so I've been to all the ports in Mexico, and every port we went to, you walk down the street and you got 6-year-olds selling chiclets, and they start selling when they're 6 years old. Everybody's selling. In fact, you know what happens is you get a person in Mexico in network marketing, and if they're not making a lot of money, I'm talking about a lot of money in say 2 to 3 months, they're gone. Okay, they're off to the next program, and they're just they don't get it yet. They got to learn that it's not sales, you know, but it's a tough one if you can get them to understand. But it's, you got to tie in the word patience with this. Like people say, what's, you know, my number one recommendation for a new person? I tell them, get a job. There isn't a network marketing company in the world where you can pay your mortgage, your credit cards, your car payments, and put food on the table, buy gas. You can't make enough for getting started. You got to do the foundation before you start making decent money. So you don't have to like the job because you have a light at the end of the tunnel. You have a way out. The millions of people out there don't have a way out, okay? Now, there are 2 exceptions to getting a job. If you have a spouse like I did that supported our family while I was getting the foundation built, and the other one, if you have enough money in the bank to live on while you're doing the foundation. It all goes back to the foundation. And people don't get the foundation built quick enough. They think the answer is to jump to another company. Crazy.
Okay, so maybe we can ask also Robert Laret, what is for you the most important sentence from today?
Well, the non-selling is a big thing because it's just natural to, you know, when you've joined a company and you see what it's about, you're all enthusiastic and you think you can present that to anybody and that you're a natural born salesman. You know, it's pretty cool to say, okay, let's put that on the back burner and, you know, just talk about organization and duplication and things like that. So yeah, Don, terrific. I always enjoy listening to you. I can't wait for the app and the book and a hat and a hat.
Okay. Well, you don't have to wait for the hat. You can get a hat made anywhere.
Okay, who else we have here? Kidada, are you able to say something, please?
Yes, I've got to understand now that we have to sponsor and to duplicate rather than selling. And then also the fact that 95% of the people do not have what they want. And that's the market that we should be engaged in instead of being pursuing 8%. That's the things I got.
Okay, thank you very much. Your name is Owen, yes?
Owen Brown Kidada, yes.
Okay, great, thank you. I don't know if James is right now here with us. Do you hear us? Can you please say something, or are you not able? James Laponsi. No?
I think he's gone. I don't see him.
No, he is, but still connecting. Okay, and we have 2 more, Guadalupe and Daniela. They are Spanish and Italian. And please tell in Spanish and Italian, what do you, you know, the most important thing for you from that learning here?
Pues la verdad es que hacerlo sencillo, hacerlo duplicable, Algo de lo que a mí me encantó fue eso. Nosotros habíamos hecho de otra forma, la cual era súper complicado, y ahorita es easy, es súper sencillo. La verdad es que amamos este sistema, lo hemos hecho nuestro y agradecemos infinito que nos hayan invitado, que podamos estar con ustedes haciéndolo, haciendo este sistema tan maravilloso. Muchas gracias.
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 Almost understand. Daniele, please tell something in Italian.
Eccoci. Allora, quello che ho appreso maggiormente, la difficoltà più grande sicuramente è concentrarsi sul metodo di Don, perché nelle vecchie esperienze sia mie che anche di altre persone che ho sentito anche qui, si parla sempre di parlare dell'azienda, della storia dell'azienda, dei prodotti, provare i prodotti, consigliarli, trovare clienti e dai clienti trovare incaricati che poi vogliono fare network. Quindi dividere le due cose, vendite, sistema Don, la cosa più difficile, però teniamo duro.
Grazie.
Okay, so Paul Golfan, can you please tell something right now or still not? No? No, we don't hear you. No, you are still muted. Okay. Maybe next time, okay? I'm sorry. Thank you very much. All right, so thank you very much for that short testimonies, short sharing with that kind words. It's really, really, really very important to understand the duplication. Yes, Don?
Very important. For anybody new on the call, you may not have heard this before, that, you know, we're in the biggest industry in the world where the blind are leading the blind. People who don't have a clue about how this business works are trying to teach other people to do it. And you can always spot these people, like if you're listening to a company training, someone gets up there and tells all the new people the first thing they need to do is make a list of 100 names. Run the other way, that person doesn't have a clue, okay? That's what a sales manager tells a salesperson to do. We're not in sales. Why do you need 100 names to sponsor one person? And especially once you understand what it means to own your life, everybody would love to own their life, have time, money, and health. Everybody. So you got plenty of people to talk to out there. You don't need to make a list. If you feel like you need a list, just make a list of 5 names of friends of yours that you would like to see own their life, be able to go on a cruise with you next year. That's it, folks. And then they'll tell you, you got to start off by just recruiting a lot of people. Get a lot of people sponsored. Folks, that's wrong, you know, because those people aren't going to stay around. You know, they recruit those people and they don't teach them anything. You got to, you know, start with one and start duplicating and then get another one. And as you do that, you'll find another one, and it's just all natural.
Yeah.
You know, there's another thing too, you got to understand that as you become successful, people that you know are going to notice that. You know, they're going to notice you buying a new car, buying a new house, going on more vacations. Women, they're even going to notice you buying a new purse, okay? Women love purses, okay? They can tell when you're carrying an expensive purse.
Owen wrote here, thank you, Don. It is a new start for me. I got your book, The System, from Amazon. I believe I'm learning to be a driver now.
See, another thing too, like virtually everything that's in the system book's all going to be in the new updated edition of the book.
Yeah. We've got yesterday such a question after you gone from our Zoom. People ask me, what do you think about car programs in network marketings?
You said cars?
Cars, yes, because sometimes we have such a, you know, prices. For example, you can win car, or you can just rent a car from the company with the brand new on the side of the, and you can drive with the car, you know, like a salesman or somebody like that. I don't know. What do you think about that kind of programs? Is it necessary? Is it suitable for network marketing? Or how do you see that?
I think that, you know, if you think you have a small market of 8% with the health products, you really got a small market there. I mean, how many people, you know, can even think about getting a new car? Right now in America, my God, 80% of the people in America are living from paycheck to paycheck. You know, they're selling their 401ks or retirement. They're selling their stocks just to be able to buy food and groceries. You know, everybody's going broke right now. You're going to talk to them about a car? Give me a break. I don't think that's going to work too well.
I recommend them, you know, don't think about the car program, because in fact, you don't need that because you can buy it by yourself. This is not, you know, something that is so nice from the company, that the company gives you the opportunity to buy a car, and they share the cost of the car because you, for example, reach the level of manager or gold manager or something like that. Yes. So.
Well, I have seen, if you go back in the history of the industry, I've seen companies that have car programs where people will really reach out to get there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then they get there, and then they can't maintain the volume that they had to get there. So they end up having to pay for the car out of their own pocket.
Yeah, this is usually like that.
They get hooked into getting a car that they can't really afford to keep.
Yes, thank you.
Well, guys, I think we'll, next week we're going back to, well, you guys stay on the same time. My time's going back to 11 o'clock.
Yeah, thank you very much for today. Of course, we will have next week normal hours like usually, because it's the seasonal change of time, yes, this week. So I'm sorry if somebody mismatched this. I try to be so clear on the group, but please, those who are not in our group on Facebook, join the Facebook group. It's open. The name of the group is Fans of Don Faila. And there is many great posts from Jeff, from other people, so you can just read it and motivate yourself. You reading that, of course, too, and you will have the chance to be in touch with us and always be updated with the all information around Zoom trainings, the book, the app, and so on. So thank you very much once again, Don. I'm appreciating that you joined here today and have time for us, and thank you all guys for the time too, and see you and kisses. Bye. Greetings for all over the world.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you all. Thank you, Don.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.